Extraordinary People podcast. I've bumped into some geologists. Jelena, I've known you from 2 film shoots now for a documentary series from Professor Dan Balen. How are you?
I'm doing great, yeah. It's nice weather, lovely day.
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Elena, yes.
Oh, I thought it was Jelena.
Oh,
Elena.
Elena, yes.
And introduce yourselves, guys. Feel free to
Hi,
take the mic.
I'm Stella. I'm a friend of Elena, also doing geology.
And yourself?
My name is Edgar. I'm a paleontologist.
Okay, wow. Jurassic Park, huh?
Exactly, yeah.
Nice. So, what is today about for those who don't know?
It's about our king. Yeah.
Like what it is about for us, what we do today.
Yeah,
However you view it.
The day is about the king, but it's, I think, for most people, hanging out with friends and just having a nice day with all the Dutch people. Yeah.
It's nice that everybody's outside, everybody's on the street, so it's very busy. Everybody's here, your friends are here. You just take the whole day off. Yeah, we had a sleepover tonight. That was nice.
Nice. We've picked a very busy spot, I think.
Yeah.
I've asked a few people about the climate today. Most people have no clue what I'm talking about. One guy said, yeah, it's good that it's hot. How do you guys react to that?
Yeah, we learn a lot about it.
Yeah, it's not going great.
No.
Not to dampen your day, of course.
No, today we're very happy about it that it's hot, but yeah, I think, I'm kind of worried about the climate, how it's going to evolve over the coming decades that we're living in.
Makes total sense.
Yeah.
And Mr. Paleontology, which stage are you at in your education?
I graduated just before Christmas. So, thank you. Yeah, I'm currently looking for a PhD to study further. I'm interested in fossils with like feathers and hair, and if we can see like what color were animals back in the days.
So you're definitely going to tune in for the Jan Smit episode from yesterday, of course. Do you think that a PhD, do you feel that it's... So in terms of a PhD, how do you feel that would be a stable way for you to go? Do you think that you want to go straight down the research route for a long period, or?
I think it would be the best way in to do something with paleontology in the rest of my career. I think you would need a PhD if you want to make a name for yourself in this world, if you're doing paleontology. So I guess I have to, basically. But I'm not sure if I want to go to academia, postdocing, like go everywhere. But PhD, get a doctorship, yeah, that would be nice.
Wicked. Ian Malcolm or what's his name, man? Jeff. Who's the other?
What series?
Ian, Jurassic Park, man.
Oh right.
Ian Malcolm. What's the other guy's name?
Not sure.
I also don't know anymore.
I wasn't a too big fan of Jurassic Park.
Really?
Actually. Yeah, I didn't like Jurassic Park because I wasn't a fan of dinosaurs.
This is going to be my short.
Yeah,
Paleontologist doesn't like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, because everyone liked dinosaurs when they were a kid, and I just liked fossils.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think it's too much geofantasy?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, guys. Any remarks for my very small viewership?
About?
Small? Maybe viewership. It was a joke. I don't have that many followers. Do you guys think there's a meaning to life? I know I'm throwing it out there very sporadically.
meaning to life-
Do you feel that there's one?
No. As in, no, I don't think there's a meaning to life. Because if we all die, there's nothing left of us. So we would, like, there's a whole universe, and we feel like we're the only ones experiencing it. I don't know. Yeah.
So not to make you.
How
Yeah.
would you define if people are, like, we are experiencing that we are alive, and we think that trees and stuff are not, and other planets are not.
I mean, some people
That's how
would.
we
Yeah.
view it. I don't think there's a meaning to it.
No, so just to I guess land on that a little bit. So some people do think that there is, for example, that trees and even certain, if you get really deep into it, that various things have different experiences, not maybe consciously exactly the same way we do, but for example, the way that an atom vibrates, it has to vibrate in that way. That's its function, right, for it to be stable, so on and so forth. And I also think that there's life on other planets, so on and so forth. But so just so I understand clearly, from your perspective, there is no real perspective or reason for being here.
No, I don't think there's a reason. I think, well, we're here, so yeah.
You create your own reason, I guess.
I do think that because we're here and we're given this time, we should make the most out of it.
Okay.
Because you know it's going to end someday. You don't know when. Maybe you'll be hit by a car tomorrow or whatever. So I guess you have to try and live every day to the fullest, to your own expectations and to whatever you can do. If you take a rest, if you need a rest, you take a rest. But try and live to the fullest, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow or next week.
And how do you guys motivate? Well, I don't know what everyone's opinion is, but I've the culture and background that I'm from, we have it's kind of like laid out what the reason for being here, so on and so forth is. And I get that for a lot of people that isn't the case. So when I try and look at the other side of the world, how do you guys find motivation to do things? And do you ever find yourselves wondering, am I at the right spot in life at the right time? These kind of existential questions.
I right now feel very much, I really feel the question of what am I doing right now, because I just graduated, so I'm at the next big step, really, a quarter life crisis, you could say. So right now I'm really doubting about stuff like, okay, what should I do next? And I feel like it's going to be shaping my future a lot. So right now I feel that question, but I think every day you just have to do what you love and try to. If you feel like you want to do something, make it happen, and you can try anything. I think you can do everything if you just work hard enough for it and if you try long enough.
It's very inspirational.
If you have a long breath, you'll make it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like getting the motivation to do something is, for me, it's other people, because I struggle with doing something for myself. So if there's other people around, you just get up and do nice things and meet them, and you study because other people are also studying and you're expected to. So yeah, motivation for me is other people expecting me to do something, then I just do it with pleasure. But if I would do something alone for no other people around, no motivation there.
Yourself?
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, and for me it's I think also curiosity, like how is everything around us, how does it work, and how did we end up here, like so many weird things, kind of lucky things that happened that we're alive now or something. So
It was really interesting that you mentioned that, because I was going to avoid it. But yeah, so for example, I find it quite difficult to wrap my head around, despite being a geologist myself. I don't know if correct me if we're going down a different tangent, but I'm not necessarily convinced that we're here because of a series of random events. And whenever I try and understand that, I found that many times it's more of a belief, which everyone's entitled to, as opposed to something which you can deduce. So it's not something that you can say, okay, the odds of this, I don't know, planetesimals first forming, or you being in the Goldilocks zone, or like I asked Jan Smit yesterday about if there's a direction of evolution, so on and so forth, this sort of thing. So I don't know if this is something you guys have ever thought about, if you have any specific ideas, or even if it's relevant, to be honest, in your everyday lives.
I don't know, it's somewhere you can think about it, but then it's like, yeah, there are not really answers. There are no real answers to that, I think, and I think that everybody can believe something different if it makes you feel comfortable, right? Yeah, then not really feel like I do not really have a belief, but I then kind of think that my belief might be science or something. But yeah, then you also can think, is that then, that's also kind of a belief, or is it a truth or something?
Yeah, my belief is also, I think I believe in science, but I'm very aware that I'm not right and other people are not wrong and we don't know it.
No, and that's any comments from your side?
I think I'm in the same alleyway, like also strong belief in science, but also if that's my truth, it doesn't have to be someone else's truth.
Well, I would say it's really nice to hear you guys say this, because I definitely know that when I've spoken to a lot of people, so we've done a geology degree, right? I did a master's, whatever. And sometimes when I speak to the everyday person and you speak to them and they're like, I believe in science, what they're usually believing is, and this is totally okay, but they're believing someone else's explanation. They might not necessarily have understood an experiment or you know, that we had the whole thing yesterday so that is also ends up being you're adopting someone else's point of view.
That's what you are being told.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If there's like enough proof, then you're okay with it, I guess.
Or if you have when you do your PhD, you will be very specifically trained in one thing. You would be considered an expert. So people would based on altruism take your point of view and say, oh yeah, what's your name, brother? Edgar, the next Jurassic Park guy, he's gonna tell us about fossils and his point is absolutely correct.
Even though every day I'll probably have imposter syndrome or anything, I'll be doubting myself every day during that 4-year period or 3-year period, what is it?
And that's the mark of a true scientist, that we always question our viewpoints.
Exactly, yeah.
Thank you so much. I had a great conversation with you guys. Any last remarks to your friends or whatever?
Yeah?
Any last things you want to say?
Have a nice day.
Yeah. Enjoy Kingsday.
Oh, one last thing. Should people study geology?
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
Yes, it's very relevant.
Keep geology, really. It's very, very relevant. Extremely relevant.
Check out the interview I did with Fleur. She's floating around here somewhere on the day of the VU careers event. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thanks.